The use of pathways has been a welcome addition to the treatment of cancer patients. I think that in the era of prescribing chemotherapy, which combinations of drugs, which therapy should be given, without pathways, we all fell into an era where we'd see among 20 different physicians, maybe 10 different regimens and 10 different dosing schemes being utilized. And I think we didn't often see the data from clinical trials being replicated into practice. I think pathways create the opportunity for practices to come together and really look at the evidence and decide what types of treatments do we want our group to be prescribing. And it shouldn't be a vast difference within practices as to what they receive doctor to doctor. I think secondly, it creates the conversation that's so important. I think the opportunity to share the clinical trial information, what led this drug to be approved, is really key, and it helps decide what sort of dosing and follow-up should be part of the patient's treatment paradigm. And then lastly, I think with pathways, we're appropriate giving the doctors the opportunity to say, should a clinical trial be considered? At Tennessee Oncology, we always make the first option be consideration of a clinical trial, and often that stimulates the physician and the research nurse to stop and think about, would this patient be an appropriate candidate? Again, clinical trials should be the first option for these patients, not the last resort. So in summary, clinical pathways in no way are handcuffs to oncologists. They're really an opportunity to practice better evidence-based medicine.